Okay. Thanks for joining us. I'd like to thank my buddies up in Iowa there for the little shout out earlier. I really appreciate that. They had some pretty nice things to say. But if you get a chance, go check them out. Their YouTube username is Sickness, SZIKNESS. They do daily vlogs. Kind of interesting watching the different shows they put out, seeing some of the stuff they do and stuff they get into. I really enjoyed their little trip through the Rocky Mountains in Colorado. That was pretty interesting, pretty good footage. Anyway, getting down to brass tacks. Today I've taken the old heads that I had on here that I showed you on the other video that had the pitting around the water jackets. I took those back off. Figured I'd give you a little show of what the internal parts of the motor actually look like. Now you see these are the tops of the pistons, and I'm not doing these videos for people that are well versed in working on motors and or trying to act like I'm some master mechanic or anything. Basically, this is just to kind of give people that are a little curious about it a little bit of insight into how things work and what's going on with the motor. Now these are the tops of the pistons. The reason they've got those little divots in them are for when it's cycling through each different cycle. You've got a power stroke, compression stroke, the exhaust stroke, and well, there's actually 4 of them. I can't think what they all are right at the moment, but basically those divots are in the tops of the pistons so that as it comes up, if one of the valves is open, it's got a place to go without knocking a dent in, or knocking a hole in the top of the piston. Now as you can see, these are all kind of shiny clean. That's because, like with those other heads that I had, I took and cleaned them off with the wire brush and everything, got all the carbon and everything off of them. It's probably not going to make it run any better, but I just like everything being good and clean and not worn down when I get ready to start working on or putting stuff back together. I mean, in a perfect world they'd be shiny clean with a glossy finish on them, but I don't live in that perfect world. I just get them as close to new looking and clean as I can. Make sure there's nothing in the jackets down there, the cylinder walls, that might get caught between the cylinder wall and the rings and score the inside of the cylinder. Now these are these little black rails here on this particular motor. This is a 4.3 Chevrolet V6, and on this particular motor, those little black rails actually hold down the lifters. Lifters push on. Well, these aren't very clean either, but I haven't done with them yet either. These are push rods, and they sit right down in there on top of the lifter, and as your motor turns around, these lifters get pushed by the cam up and down and either let the exhaust out, or if it's on the intake side, it lets the fuel in. And then for the power stroke or the compression stroke, of course, they're both closed, and everything in this cylinder is being compressed up against the head itself. Then the spark plug fires and expands the gas and pushes the piston back down. Now I've got these ready to go, and I'm going to put the new head gaskets on here. You'll notice I got an alignment pin right here, so you can't get them but that'll help hold them in place while you're trying to put that big old heavy head on there. Now this particular one doesn't have it, but usually they're marked on the ends or out in the middle here. It'll say up. The first motor I rebuilt was a 2000 Ford Taurus, and I made the mistake of not putting the upside up on the one side of the motor and had to take the whole thing back apart. It's a hard learned lesson, but I did learn it. When you put one of these back together, you have to put new, especially if they've got aluminum heads, you have to put all brand new head bolts back in it. Now, for some reason GM kind of latched onto that deal with these motors too, and you actually have to put brand new head bolts in these too. They're called single torque head bolts that you get, and you tighten them down one time and that's it. So when you put it together, it's got to be right the first time. There's no going back and loosening them up and doing it over again. Anyway, I figured I'd give you a little look at the inside of what you people are riding down the road in every day. Give you a little better idea of what's going on under the hood while you're driving and taking it for granted how much work's actually being done. Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks again to the people of the sickness, Belushka and Sophie. Again, I really do enjoy your videos. I thank you people for subscribing to me and watching my videos. I really appreciate it, and I'll have some more videos up soon. Thanks.